The morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, June 17th. We've got a lot of action coming up today on Wednesday. We've got afternoon sports action here with Major League Baseball getaway day on Wednesday. Several matinees here today. We've got 7 games on the day slate. Also World Cup action from today here. 4 more games getting underway in just a short while here with some afternoon action as well. We've got games kicking off here in just about 3 hours or so with a start here today at 1 Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific time as we continue the action in the World Cup. Also, college baseball with 1-day game, 1-night game, elimination games here could extend the series. We're trying to break down those finals brackets and see who's going to compete in the championship series of the College World Series here this weekend. So thank you for joining me here. What a day yesterday in the World Cup and Major League Baseball as well, and some other games. There's also some WNBA tonight. We'll find out who the other team is from the Western Conference that will compete for the Commissioner's Cup. We'll know for sure by the end of the night as the last day of Commissioner's Cup action gets underway. But let's recap some of the action from yesterday as we talk a little bit of World Cup action, and we get everyone riding in here with me on a Wednesday. I want to hear from you in the chat, but let's get going with some of the proceedings here for Wednesday. Recap the action from Tuesday at the World Cup. And we did see some great games and some historic performances in the World Cup here yesterday, including France, as they were able to get the victory there 3-1 over Senegal. France covered, and it goes over in that one for France. Of course, you know who got it done for the French, and it was Kylian Mbappe with scoring on a wide-angle shot there with 68 in the 68th minute, and then that rocket shot goal in the 95th minute to break it open, get that money for the backers of the French team here, and it was France with that win over Senegal. Also, Norway over Iraq 4-1. We talked about Erling Haaland, how good he is, and yeah, you guys said, hey, Ramon, come on. He's minus 250 to score a goal. I said he'll score 2 goals, and he did. Haaland with that slider in there at the 29th minute, and then the deflection shot in the 43rd minute, and it was Norway getting the win there over Iraq, and we were able to get that first half winner here on the Morning Steam Show. Also had the the premium pick winner over in the Win Club with the over in the game between Norway and Iraq. So we hit that one pretty good. Also, it was Argentina over Algeria, 3-0 Messi. If he hasn't done everything in his career already, how about a hat trick at the World Cup? He hadn't done that, and he got it in a dominant win there for Argentina. Hey, that's my pick to win it all. I thought Algeria would actually give him a battle, though, and make it tough there. But we had the under in the game, goes over 3-0 as Messi with the hat trick there. No, I still got Argentina as my top play to win it all in the futures pool. So, and then finally late last night, Austria got the win there over Jordan by the score of 3-1. It was Austria able to pick it off and get that decisive goal in there as well late to beat Jordan there in the late night game out west. 4 more games today, including Portugal and Congo. Ronaldo in action today. Also, England and Croatia. What will happen with Harry Kane and the English side? Today, Ghana and Panama tonight. Colombia and Uzbekistan to wrap up the action. We'll talk about those games in just a moment. Also, USA star Kristen Pulisic does not work with the team. He practices on a side field trying to nurse that calf issue. Neymar is out of group play for Brazil and Tunisia. They've already fired their coach. They've already fired their coach. 1 game into the World Cup, we saw the emotional speech of the FIFA president and the Iranian coach. The Iranian coach said just a great injustice, the way we're being treated here in comparison to the other teams. The FIFA coach told the Iranian team to stay strong. You are stronger than all, but they'll still have to make the commute from Tijuana all the way into the United States for every game, including the games up there in Seattle. And Uruguay had to stand on the sidewalk while their bags got searched upon arriving at the hotel, and that made the players upset. So, still some sticky points here in the World Cup, but that's underway, and the football is taking center stage. Okay. Major League Baseball yesterday, a hot day of action for sure, and some great games there last night. We had some of the winners here on the Morning Steam show yesterday, but how about some of the wins there as well for the Phillies? Brad Marsh, 2-run home run, Alec Baum, a home run, Schwarber home run. Phillies rocked the Marlins there yesterday, and crushed them there to get the day kind of started. Also, it was the Reds taking care of business against the Mets yesterday, and Reds were able to get the win behind Sal Stewart, 3-run home run, Spencer Steer home run in that one. Also, Giants and Braves. It was rained suspended today. We'll talk about this one when we get there. The Braves and the Giants will end up playing basically what amounts to a doubleheader today. They'll finish up yesterday's game, which was 3-2 in the second inning, and they'll play another game here today. So also it was the Cardinals beating the Padres again 3-2. Palante allowed 4 hits in 7 innings. Weatherholt 3 for 4, 764 OPS. For Weatherholt, Padres have lost 8 of 10 on the road. Rockies were able to get the money there yesterday. We had them on the Morning Steam on the run line. They win the game, yesterday, as the Rockies were able to grab the win against the Cubs on the road because the Cubs can't drive in any runs. TJ Rumfield had a 2-run home run there in that one. Also, it was Blue Jays behind Springer, a 2-run home run over Boston. Blue Jays got the win here. We had the first 5 under there. 3-0 is our winner here on the Morning Steam show yesterday. Also was the Yankees over the White Sox. They crushed them. Goldschmidt, 2-run home run. Yankees hit 4 home runs, and Davis Martin got rocked. Yankees went on for the win. Cody Clemens, a home run, and the Twins over the Rangers. We had the Twins in the first 5 as our play here yesterday on the morning steam. Clemens, a 3-run home run in that one. Detroit and Houston, we had the winner in the first. We had the winner with the under yesterday in that one here on the morning steam with the Tigers and the Astros. Delgado, a 2-run single in that one. The Tigers lost eventually in that one to Houston yesterday, 4-2. Hunter Brown did get 17 outs, allowed 1 run in his return from the injured list. Looked pretty good for Delgado. That was his second major league game, and he had the game-winning hit, so that was pretty good. And Valdez did look good, gave up an unearned run in 6 innings against his old team there in that one. Also, it was the Mariners with a 3-1 win. We had the winner there with the first 5 under in that one as well, in the 3-1 victory for the Mariners over Seattle as they broke up in a 1-1 tie with a couple of runs to win it. Also, morning steam winner Nationals on the run line. They got it done over the Royals. James Wood had a sacrifice fly there in that one. Also, winner here with yesterday. Morning steam winner Pittsburgh and the Athletics game to go over, which it did. We saw plenty of runs once again as the A's over the Pirates won at 6-5 actually to get us over the total. It was 5-5. Athletics actually blew a 5-3 lead in the game, and the Pirates came back to win. Also, it was the Angels beating the Diamondbacks 7-0 yesterday. Diamondbacks couldn't even get on the board against Detmers and company. Also, Dodgers in a 1-0. 1-0. Shohei Ohtani hit a home run. They say he won't bat today in his start, but they've told us that before, and he's still bat. So we'll see. We'll see if Ohtani doesn't bat today. All right, and I think that was Brewers beat Cleveland as well. That was it, I think, in that one. Morning steam winner Toronto and Indiana. We had that one over yesterday in that wild WNBA game that Indiana actually ended up crushing Toronto in the second half, destroying them 61-44. I think the score was in the second half. There also, it was West Virginia crushing Troy 12-0 in the College World Series. And also we had the winner Georgia and Texas game to go under in the 2-0 final. Georgia eliminates Texas. We'll talk about today's games here as well. Let's say hello to the folks in the chat here as we get ready to roll on the Morning Steam show today, including Nick Handy says, hey, Ohtani doesn't need to bat. He can record the win himself with his pitching. How about that one? Yeah, just take him in. He doesn't need to hit in those games. I mean, what are you trying to prove that we don't already know, Shohei, right? Bobby Mack says, good morning. Dead Internet Theory is here as well. Ohtani, I hit a home run. I pitched a no-hitter. Cash Kane is here today. Dead Internet Theory, the weather is nice and hot here in Houston. It's 90 degrees here in Las Vegas here at 6:48 in the morning. Good morning here to Ron Borquin in the chat. He says his World Cup luck is bad here. And Messi with the hat trick. I mean, if you haven't done enough in your career, right? I mean, wow, can you believe it? Messi here, and like I said, I'm on him. I'd like to see a little more balance there, but oh, thank you, Kane. We'll talk a little premium action here. Robert says Ronaldo want goals now after the Stars. I think that's the one thing when we talked about the difference, right, in between the professional game and World Cup game, if you will, and those stars can really come to the forefront, especially in a mismatch. I mean, I talked about Haaland yesterday, and he scored those goals with ease. All right. 9 Legacy had a big day with us yesterday, and that game was way over in the WNBA last night. Hey, you can get more picks from me every day over at winnable.com/Ramon. This is how you get more selections from me every day. Why not pick up my premium picks for just 41 cents a day when you subscribe over at winnable.com. I've already got my World Cup winner up there with the premiums right now, so pick it up subscribe for just $19.95 a month. I'll throw on an extra week. You'll get 5 weeks for $19.95. It's 41 cents a day. It supports me here on the channel here, and really do appreciate it. This is how you keep me here on the Sports Money Network, so make sure you are subscribing over at winnable.com. I do appreciate it. Need your support here on the channel. Yep, we had our winner already with the VIP selection just moments ago. Ben Shelton was able to beat Sonego. Sonego was actually a replacement player in there, but Shelton was able to get the cover there just moments ago in the match there against Sonego. He won it by 5 games in there. We were laying 3 or 3.5, if I remember correctly. Also, you'll get my Cover the Spread video if you subscribe for free over at winnable.com. You'll get that play, for example, that I gave out on Shelton, but also you'll get my top 5 plays every day in a 3-pack, and then also in a 2-leg parlay on Cover the Spread. When you subscribe to winnable.com/Ramon, you'll get the video every day where I give out my 5 best free plays every day. I have the premiums, and we have my high roller premiums. We have my sports money premiums as well. And then my best 5 plays, Cover the Spread every day here. And then with all due respect, you get the rest of the plays right here. You don't need to subscribe at all. If you're tuning in with me, you'll get plenty of plays with me here, plenty of previews. I think that's what's more important. But hey, I'm always going to give you a play in every game, even if it's a crazy doubleheader like the Giants and the Braves. We've also won here already today with Pegula over Siniakova. Just won a few moments ago with Pegula, actually, I do believe, as she was able to beat Siniakova by 6 games. We had a winner there on the ladies' side as well. Here, so check me out over at winnable.com. I've also released already my U.S. Open picks for this week. Let's go over those right now, since actually it is going to be starting here before we get on the air tomorrow. So I went ahead and did them earlier. I always come on the show and I'm like, well, they already teed off about an hour ago. Everybody's on the front 9, but here's the plays. And I thought, well, let's be a little bit ahead of the curve here this week, because we've got the U.S. Open here tomorrow. It's the U.S. Open. It's not just some tournament here this weekend. So let me take a look at my plays here. I put them out early this week, and now here's the thing here, and we'll talk more maybe U.S. Open tomorrow a little bit here. Let me bring this up, though, right now, because the story is here currently the weather. And we are gonna have here big time wind, big time rain. Now I'll say this. Okay, the rain maybe not so crazy. Maybe at the beginning, maybe there's supposed to be some rain tomorrow. But the wind here on this course on Shinnecock Hills here right now, this is the story. So my card is gonna be. I'm gonna be kind of conservative. Now I'm gonna go with mostly kind of I'm not playing too heavy a chalk. I mean, Scotty is going to be my top play, and I'm not even going to play him outright to win here. I don't even know if I have an outright, mainly because of the concerns about the win. Now I'm playing this card, and I'm playing it in a little bit of a different way here, I think, right now. So Scheffler top 5 plus $1.30. I'm okay with this. But I'm looking for players with that iron control a little bit, maybe with that strokes gained game a little bit. So I'm looking to attack these markets here. It's not a pretty card for me as far as flashy, but because of the situation, I'm going with golfers just to get into guys who I think are good or underrated this week. So just a little bit of a different look here for me this week because of this weather here. And I think I've got the best players to outlast the weather. And Aaron Rai, a top 30, and then a top 20 ladder play here. Justin Rose, top 30 and top 20. Alex Noren, top 30. Nikolai Højgaard, top 30, top 20. David Puig, top 30 in there at 2-1. Corey Connors, a top 40 and a top 30. And I played Putnam in a top 40. So not a flashy card at all. I wish, I've been way more aggressive on my winnable golf cards all season long. But here at the U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills, are we going to see what? I don't know. How do you like your U.S. Open, right? Are we going to see here, you guys? I got to be honest. Are we going to see like just maybe 2 or 3 golfers barely under par here at the end of the week? You'll have, maybe guys at 3 under, maybe guys at 2 under, maybe guys at 1 under. Maybe somebody can break through and get low, but I don't think you'll see a whole leaderboard of guys under par. I think we've got problems. It's going to be one of those where it may be at the end of the like, nobody likes this kind of watching golf. Or some people say it's good to watch the pros struggle once in a while. Well, it's not always great to watch them struggle if the course is a little bit. It's not unfair at all. This is a U.S. Open course, but it's got a little bit of Open Championship kind of mixed in here too. There's no trees out there. This is a link style. Shinnecock Hills, a famous course here, and 150 plus golfers in this one. So I've got 7 guys, or 8 with Scheffler in there, and this is how I'm looking to play it here this week. So I wish I had a little bit more creative card. Because sometimes it's more fun to have, a few more outrights or maybe some top 5, top 10, top 20s. But the situation to me is going to be a little bit different this week, a little bit crazy in there. And will we see that type of U.S. Open that sometimes the fans bemoan because of the way the scores, end up in there? You're like, man, why you're on late Saturday and one guy is under par? Could that happen? Brooks Koepka, by the way, did shoot a practice round on the course testing that injury. He's been examined for a blood clot in there. And PGA Tour did announce this week at the U.S. Open that they would have a proposed 2-tier PGA schedule. You know how you see sometimes a signature event and then a secondary event because, the signature event is either an invitational or a reduced field, and then you have another tournament the PGA may go to using the Korn Ferry more as a secondary type event or some type of qualifying tournaments each week that would have, kind of 2 tournaments running concurrently. But I think the players were not necessarily in favor of that, but that was discussed this week. Okay, that's it for the U.S. Open, but that'll start tomorrow. But I released it today. Okay. So let's get back here to the action and see what's going on here in the chat. Not much else. I think we're ready to go. Hello to Trevor in there and Denner there. He's still regaling the win with Ann Lee. And we're in some matches right now. Some good matches going on, including Badosa against Coco Gauff currently underway here. And Lerner Tien and FAA in a hot one here right now as well, as we're just getting rolling here with the action. And did you catch yesterday? Women's doubles action. Now, we did find out 2 things. Number one, that Serena was paired up yesterday with Muchova. Surprisingly, they lost, but they were playing together for the first time, and Serena was operating on a different side of the court that she doesn't play on because Muchova can't really go to the other side. So they lost their match yesterday, but Serena and Venus have received a wild card entry into Wimbledon. Well, I don't know if they'll win, but they've got to be a favorite. I mean, come on, 14. How many Grand Slams did the Williams sisters win together in double? Was it 14? I think. And they'll play together at Wimbledon. Now, look, I'm sure that those great doubles teams out there, and you know how doubles works. I mean, sometimes you have some established doubles teams. Sometimes you get some top singles players together. I would think that these two have some familiarity with one another. Let's just say, could the Williams sisters add another Grand Slam? Could they win the doubles at Wimbledon there with their wild card invite to the All England Club? That seems awesome. Okay, let's get ready to go here right now. We're going to go to Copa Mundial and get ready for the show here. Let's get it moving here, and let's go to, first off, the World Cup. All right, here we go. Oh, let's see here. Can we get this a little better with me here? I think so. There we go. Hope these are okay. Let's see how we turned out. Let's see how it turned out. I just send it off, and then we see what we got. Do they have the right stadiums and everything, and the right odds? And I think that'll probably work. We can work with this. I got the other graphics here, anyways. All right, let's get things started here at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific time in this one with, make sure we got the right sheet up here. Congo taking on Portugal in this one. And, well, Portugal's favored by a goal and a half here at 120. Congo, they're a physical team. There's certainly no match probably for Portugal. But, again, the AFCON teams have been maybe one of the better surprises here a little bit. This is Congo's first World Cup match in decades. I don't think they've even played in the World Cup here in this century, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was 2002, or is it before then even? I'm not sure. It's been at least 20 years. I know that. So, World Cup openers can sometimes be awkward, but you saw what you guys are saying in there about Portland. Can their stars keep up here a little bit, Portugal? Certainly will have a strong attack here, and they've got the form, they've got the depth, they've got the creators there, and Portugal has been profiling a little bit over here in the run-up to the World Cup. Portugal's openers in the World Cup have been pretty much overs in the last several World Cups. I think there was an under in there maybe or two, but over the last several World Cups, going back at least almost 20 years, a lot of scoring in Portugal's opening games. They kind of play the same type of game every time in their opener, really, against obviously usually a lesser team. Congo could contribute, though, here, especially if Portugal gets a 1-0 lead. I think Congo is a team that's going to look not to settle for trying to keep the score in there. I think they will look to try to get, funny, we've seen it multiple times now where in this type of situation with the world, I want to say world power, Portugal, I think we can count them in that group. I mean, they're kind of a semi-favorite in the tournament here anyways. But we see the team score, and then the much weaker team get an answer. However, it does kind of go, with the flow a little bit and get a situation where the other team feels comfortable and then is able to get their goals. Will that happen here in this one? Portugal probably has the ability to get the goal in the second half as well. So 1.5, though, that's kind of tough. That's kind of tricky to get a win maybe here by 2 goals. I feel like 2-1 or 3-0 is kind of the way we're going here with this one. So let's see what you have in this one with Portugal. Maybe Portugal team total over. What is it? Is it 1.5? But how heavily is it juiced? I got to look at this here and see what I'm going with on the show here in this one. Congo or Portugal team total in the first half is half a goal at -110 in there. Let me see here. Let me hear from you guys a little bit too, I think, in this one. Portugal team total 2 is -128. 130. 2 is -130. I'm going to take Portugal's team total over 2 at -130. Okay, that way, if they get 2, it'll be a push, but we're going for that third goal there. I'm going to take Portugal team total over in this one. All right, let's see here. Robert's taking Congo, though. He wants that 1.5. All right, not much from the chat here in the World Cup. We got a couple dozen of you watching, so let's keep it moving here then. And let's go on to a much more attractive matchup with Croatia taking on Inglaterra. England favored by half a goal at minus 135, 2.5 under at minus 135. Here in this one. So, man, it's hard to believe we're so many days into the World Cup, and now England just playing their first game here. But this is probably the best match of the day. It is the best match of the day. Who am I kidding? And probably the one where the favorite of England, though, probably has the least margin for error against the Croatia team that has had World Cup success before. We know England has as well, but Croatia has been a very, very strong program over the last several, couple of decades almost. It feels like now England will have the stronger squad. Maybe they've had the better, cleaner qualifying profile here than Croatia's trip through UEFA, but look, they've even produced some clean sheets, but Croatia still has a tournament pedigree, no doubt, and also the experience, I think, in the midfield with Modric and company. He can still create for Croatia in there, and if you wanted to take it up a little bit, I don't know if it lands 1-1 or 0-0. I mean, England's not going to get any of this money here, but they do have quality defensive profile, and if anything, England about as good as they come when it comes to the set piece and the late goal type of situation here, even though we think of them as kind of, I don't want to say chokers, that is probably one of the strengths of the English game. So England has had a lot of clean sheet games here. They've played low scoring games. They're not really that explosive right now, this version. Whether or not that's good or bad, Croatia's experienced enough to, hey, England want to play it a little bit slow? I don't think Croatia's okay with that too. So neither side might want to turn up the heat. We may see a kind of low tempo soccer in this one. Let's see. In England's last 10 games in the run-up, there have been several, no on the BTTS, several shutouts. There in England, Croatia, it could be a thing where just one moment, one goal could decide the game. If it's a 0-0 or 1-1 in there, we could get a dramatic one. I think that equals that Croatia is going to be in a close game here with England. Can they get a draw out of it? We've seen pretty much half the games have been draws. This feels like a candidate for that here, but I'm going to go under, I think, here, under 1 goal in the first half with Croatia and England here. Figure it's going to be 0-0, and if it gets a goal in there, then I'm going to push, but I don't know if I'm going to take 2 goals here in this one. I think we get 2 teams that are scared here in this one, and I'm going to go under 1 goal in the first half. It's minus $1.25 or so. So it is kind of the favorite situation to happen here, and that's what I'm going to do. Go under Croatia and England. Basically need a 0. I basically need 0-0 in the first half. All right. Cash Kane is going to Congo on the money line. Robert went under in I think it's this game. Cash Kane says, he said Kane's got Kane, of course, there in Pablos and BTTS and under. Woka's joke has under 9.5 corners in that first game there. All right. And is anyone going to take a private jet and go to both games in Houston and Arlington, Texas there and do the little Texas combo there in that one? All right, let's move on here to the night games now. And it's going to be Panama taking on Ghana. here from the AFCON, and Panama from CONCACAF. In Group G play in Toronto in this one, and you see here Panama, an underdog here. Ghana's got the experience for sure. I don't know if that line there, that's got the Asian handicaps in a couple of them, but I put the half goal line down here at the bottom. The Asian handicap is probably a little closer to even money, but that's okay. Want to know who's kind of favored to win this one? Obviously, extremely close. I mean, this one's probably got a draw written all over it, but I don't know if that's the case. And I think Panama's supposed to be the side because you can get them at plus a half there, almost at even money, or maybe at even money in this one against Ghana. So that totals at 2. Kind of want to go under again, but 2 goals is 2 goals. You need a 1-0 game just to win, and 2 goals you get a push. But man, that's where I think I want to go. Maybe I could buy it up to 2.25, take that Asian handicap, and then at least get a little money should it win. But I think we could be seeing a 1-0 possible game here tonight. Ghana's priced like the better team, but they're in not good form coming into the World Cup. They're winless in 6 straight friendlies. They certainly have some defensive issues, so they're going to need to turn it up a little bit, but they are playing, like I said, they're playing Panama here. Panama, not elite, but they're an organized team. They're experienced. They've had international play. They've been to the Cup before. Difficult here, a little bit of a coin flip match for Ghana. Partey, he is out of this one, missing a key midfielder in there. And maybe the under does make sense. I mean, both teams know it's a winnable game here. And, you know, when you're in this group here, it feels like, you know, getting a point is going to be extremely important for Panama and Ghana. Panama has a kind of a strong BTTS trend, but I still kind of want to go under in this game. I'm going to go under at 2 goals. Give me the under here in this one with Panama and Ghana. I'm going to need to thread the needle here. It looks like a little bit in this one. Look, I don't mind. Probably the call is draw. You know, if you played the draw on every game, you'd be rolling in money here a little bit right now. You're usually getting upwards of more than 2-1 every game. Some of them, and then you could also stay away from the lopsided games. You don't have to put the draw in there. I think the key is opening rounds. We'll see what happens in the second time around. But when half the games pretty much have been draws so far, and you're getting plus 210, 225, 275. Don't take the games where the spread's 1.5 for the draw. If you don't hit it, no big deal. But man, all these close games, if you took the draw right now, you wouldn't worry about it. You just say, you'd get the confidence and you just take the draw again. Taking the draw is the toughest thing to do, right? Nobody wants a draw, but man, what if you were winning 50% of your plays and getting, 2-1 or better, and you didn't even play those lopsided ones? More than 50% you're hitting. So I don't know, draw, Panama double chance, maybe. Maybe you could go with a small lean on that BTTS, yes, but I don't want it to be over 1-1 or I'm going to lose that. I'm just be fighting to get my money back. So let's see. Diaz maybe gets shots in there. Maybe Diaz can get a goal. Jordan Ayew as well as another player to watch for. So let's see what you guys have. I know that this one also is a game where they were talking about maybe the cards would be over here. Maybe both teams could go over on their cards in this one. Let's see what the chat says. England for Woke is joke in that other game. Robert's going over in the first half in this Panama and Ghana game, I think. All right, one more late game here, and I think we're in Mexico City. And I think they've called the stadiums wrong here. It says official FIFA stadium location. Then you can't call them the NRG Stadium. We're going to have to tell the graphics people that's wrong. You got to call it the Mexico City Stadium, I think, and the Toronto Stadium. You can't call them by their commercial names. It's not allowed. We're gonna get sued at the Sports Money Network, and then I'll be in big trouble. All right. Colombia is taking on Uzbekistan here tonight in this one. And yeah, Colombia is a big favorite. Of course they are. I mean, Colombia, they're not one of the favorites of the tournament, but they're in that mid-range. I got them somewhere in here, I thought, for play in a futures play to at least possibly get through. Here they are, a goal and a half favorite, a little bit of plus money against Uzbekistan. And for Uzbekistan here, look, they're a debut team, so they're an organized team, and they, we'll see. They have an experienced coach in Cannavaro who's going to play defense in this one and try to keep Colombia off the board. Colombia is going to be better for sure, and Colombia is kind of a wide open attacking type of team that really for a debut team, Colombia might not be great enough to get the 2-goal margin, but this is the type of thing where Uzbekistan could have a better opponent for their type of style. Colombia is not a good matchup for them, I don't think. There's a difference between being competitive and holding down Colombia, especially if you're done trying after a while because you can't get anything going on offense, and you can just play for 0-0 only for so long it feels like, and then all of a sudden this one's going to open up. I have a feeling that this one, it may be a situation where you get a game where maybe Colombia does get a goal, maybe it's 1-0, and then Uzbekistan, in a little bit of a rush and a little bit of a panic because, like I said, when you have some of these bad teams, I say bad, lower rated teams of the 48, you really have to take advantage of, if you're in a group, say, with a Spain or a France or an Argentina, right, and you're one of the bottom tier teams, you know what, you're never going to beat those teams, but you're going to get 2 chances or 3, maybe depends who that third team is and how good they are, but you're going to get a chance to earn those points, and those 2 games are going to be much more key for you. Uzbekistan may feel that way, and then they may end up getting burned here a little bit. I'm going over here in the first half with Colombia and Uzbekistan. I'm going over 1 goal at Pick'em. Let's see what the chat has to say here in this one, but I think that's probably going to be it. There, if I have some other plays in there, maybe Colombia's team total over. Maybe you could take Colombia in the first half as well. Colombia will certainly, I would think, have more corners. There's a little bit of handicap on that. You got Diaz here, of course. Rodriguez as well. Could try Uzbekistan, maybe under in their first half goals. Maybe they could get a lean in their corners, but let's see if the chat has anything else here in this one, and we'll move on to baseball. Okay, Colombia first half for Robert, and Colombia minus 1.25 on the Asian handicap, and Woka's joke says Colombia and under 3.5 for an SGP. Okay, enjoy the World Cup today. Now, don't forget, in just about an hour and a half here, we're going to have Mikey Money and Sharky Waters going to come on in here and have bases loaded, and they'll preview the card here, which is especially important on a day like today where we've got day games here. In fact, 7 day games here. Let's get to the action right now in the major leagues to get over this card here today. I'll try to get not too fancy here on this one today. I don't know if this doesn't look too great, but that's okay. We're going to get right into it here right now and get going with the Mets taking on the Reds here in this one. This one's at 12:40 Eastern, 9:40 Pacific, with Nolan McLean goes here for the Mets. 4.0 ERA, 3-4 record. Nick Lodolo, 5.21 ERA, 2-1 record in here for the Reds. The Mets continue to be just dreadful on offense. In fact, these two teams are two of the worst offenses in the league coming in. Not only do you have a Mets team here, 28th in batting average, 28th in RBIs, 26th in hits. You've got a Cincinnati team, 27th in batting average, 28th in hits. These are two of the clearly the worst offenses in the league. And you have Nolan McLean. Now, granted, his numbers are starting to go up a little bit. Maybe he's getting a little tired here already. I don't know if he should have an ERA at 4 right now. This guy's supposed to be one of the up-and-comers of the league. But they're running him out there and pitching hard. But that's a pretty high ERA for a guy who's supposed to be a future star in the league. Lodolo has not achieved what we expect from him, but his numbers have been going down a little bit here. Still, the Reds have won the last 2 because the Mets, they just can't win. They just continue to struggle. The Reds have outscored them 17-3 in the last 2 days, and I imagine they could do it again here. They're an underdog in this game, believe it or not. Again, I think it's mostly because of McLean. We do have the lineups. For the Mets, Carson Beng, hitter, and Bichette, Soto, Semien, Vientos, Alvarez, Ewing, Terens, and Short. For the Reds, Arroyo, Blade, Stewart, Lau, Suarez, Steer, Marte, Trujillo, and Matt McLean. So, see what you think here in this one, man. But the Reds continuing to look pretty impressive here, I would think. Right now, maybe the Mets just suck. So let's see. Maybe the Mets can get it done here, but I don't think so. I'm going to take the Reds here in the first 5 in this one. The Mets are struggling here. It's got to be just, all that money, all those players, and they just cannot get going at all. And their record is just dreadful here. 32-41. Reds still fighting along as well here, just under 500, but I'll take the Reds here in the first half. And I'm going to take them at +0.5, actually, at -130 in this one. Give me the Reds first 5 here against the struggling Mets. Let's see what the chat has to say in this one between the Reds and the Mets here today. Again, we got a nice day card, afternoon action here, so great to get betting here on the East Coast and have a great start to the day. Let me get the chat here a little bit. Okay, here we go. Reds, by the way, have dominated the matchup recently. They've actually won 6 of the last 7, while the Mets are just 3-8 in their last 11 road games. Mets have struggled against left-handed pitching, 5-12 against southpaw starters here with Lodolo going. Cincinnati's bullpen's been pretty shaky, so have the Mets, but I still think we might see at least decent pitching here from not so much decent pitching, but it may just be ineffective offenses once again. And Cincinnati stayed under in 6 of their last 7 home games and 4 of their last 5 overall here. So the bullpens are not terrible for these two teams. So let's see what you got here in this one. And Soto for a home run, says Kane. And Roberts on the over here in this one. Also here, Dead Internet Theory, Lodolo under his Ks, parlay with Lambert's Ks for +185 today. Stewart homered yesterday. Can he do it again today? I'll take the Reds here in the first 5. Next up, the Marlins are at the Phillies right now, and you got Sandy Alcantara going for the Marlins here, 4.253 ERA and a record of 6-4 here. Sandy was good last time. Still, man, anytime you can get it going, but the Phillies do kind of like hitting against Sandy. But Andrew Painter here, 6.4 ERA, 1-7 record. Now Painter did run deep last game. I will say that he had a pretty good outing. Threw 93 pitches, and the Phillies are starting to trust the young pitcher a little bit deeper here. I kind of want to go with an upset actually in this game, but Philly is dominating the series. They've won 7 of the last 8 meetings, and they've also won 7 of their last 8 at home. I might just be, me and Sandy, just always willing to take a chance with them here. It feels like when they're getting a little bit of, I wish it was a little bit better odds. It might end up just being a play here on the show. Here won't go too heavy on it, but I might go against the Phillies here. Phillies got a full bullpen loaded up, ready to go. Miami's actually, though, playing well. They have lost 3 of their last 4, but just in the last few series been playing pretty well here. They're still 12-26 as an underdog, and Philadelphia is 32-20 as a favorite here, but I'm going to find my way to Sandy here probably. Miami's gone under in 9 of their last 12. Philly's gone under in 13 of their last 20. And, Sandy has the ability to shut a team down on a moment's notice. But, I don't know, Philly at home and the bullpen edge. Wish I was getting a little bit better price because I'd probably take Sandy, but I'm going to take him here anyways on the money line at minus $1.05. And give me the Marlins here in this one. All right, under in the Mets game for Trevor. All right, I'll just keep it moving here with our big card today. Next up will be the Royals here taking on the Nationals in this one. Oh, boy. The Nationals look really good right now. They've won 4 straight. We've obviously got a pretty easy opponent here. I don't want to say easy, but the Winder Avila, 6.18 ERA, 1-3 record coming in. Zach Littell, 5.31 ERA, and he is 6-5. Littell 1.35 WHIP. So he's okay in this spot. I think this is a fine spot here for the Nationals right now. Really relatively inexpensive comparatively here. The Royals having certainly their share of problems here. 12-24 on the road here, 13-29 as an underdog. Now Washington has not been great at home, but they've took care of business here easily the last 2 games, 7-3, 6-4. So why wouldn't they be able to handle this situation here against Kansas City? I would think that they could at least jump out to a lead here. I'm going to take Washington in the first 5. This does feel like a little bit cheap. I mean, Washington's playing pretty good, and Kansas City's not. Washington at home, the offense, it is what it is. I mean, it is not. We're not making fun of them with bottom 5 batting average, bottom 5 runs. They are first in the league in RBIs here. Also, first in the league in total runs. Talking about the Washington Nationals. So, give me the Nationals here in the first 5, and I'll take them here at minus $1.35 in the first 5. A little bit of a favorite, but I'm going to roll with them here. I'm going to take the Nationals over the Royals in the first 5. All right, let's see here. Oh, Marlins for Kane back in that Phillies game there. Nats money line, first 5 money line there for Dead Internet Theory. I think they're the same price, and over 10.5 here in this one. Do I have the line? Do I have the total wrong here? No, 10.5. Yeah, 10.5. Wow. This one, it did open 9.5 for sure. I was on a show last night when it still was 9.5. Robert here on the Nats first 5. And KC might be worse than the Angels, says Dead Internet. Here's a Yerpy for Johnny in there. And Cash Kane. He's on wood. Home run.
Final.
All right. Let's keep moving here right now. Next up. Hey, the Tigers are on the road taking on the Astros. Casey Mize going to get that start now here finally. 2.26 ERA, 2-3 record. Peter Lambert, 3.47 ERA and a 5-4 record. Lambert continues to be pretty decent here for an Astros team that, maybe they're having some, ups and downs for sure. It's time now for Houston to go, but also Detroit, 2 teams that have struggled this season that should have higher expectations here. for Detroit, getting Mize back, getting, of course, Skubal back, that's going to help that staff for sure. So they have reinforcements coming. Houston's going to have to kind of still rely on that, top five offense here. And I don't even know if it's top five anymore. They've kind of cooled down a little bit. They're still hitting the homers. They're still scoring some runs, but that they're mid-pack in batting average now here all of a sudden. So let's see what you have now. Houston did win yesterday's game by the score of 4-2 to snap a losing streak to Detroit. Houston finally beat them. I don't know why I was on Detroit because Houston had owned the series, but remember, Houston's still 12-27 on the road. So, I'm more apt to probably fade that situation here right now with that. So I think they could jump out to the lead here on Mize a little bit. We'll see what we get with Mize here back. I'm sure he'll work his way into shape and help this team out. He does have very strong numbers when he's good and healthy. This season, 2.27 ERA. But he just hasn't had a lot of innings, been out for a lot of the season here right now. Detroit still has won 5 of the last 6 meetings. And, Lambert, I'd say these numbers are not too bad. Considering, you took a guy out of Colorado, 3.47 ERA, 1.21 whip. So I'm going to take Lambert here first 5. I'm going to go with Astros here in the first 5 in this one against Detroit. I love taking these first 5s now that I have permission to do so here on the Morning Steam Show. And I'll take the Houston Astros here at minus $1.10 first 5. A few comments from the chat here with this game. Dead Internet says Detroit first 5. Detroit first 5. We could just go on and exchange Dead Internet and I. Tigers money line for Kane. Robert likes the under in the first 5. All right. My Padres is going to take on the Cardinals here. Well, geez. I mean, this Padres team, Griffin Canning going here. The offense can't go, and then you're throwing a guy out here with a 7.1 ERA. He's 0-5. Kyle Leahy's done pretty well, 4.64 ERA, 5-3 record, 1.59 the whip, but Padres can't hit, and they can't win. And this looks like a pretty good price maybe here for St. Louis in this one. Now, maybe Canning, maybe the Cardinals will get to Canning a little bit. I'm not sure the Padres will get to Leahy here the way things are going. Maybe he's young and inexperienced enough that the Padres can finally get some runs, but maybe I'm just talking, poorly about the Padres right now. St. Louis is still one of the hotter teams in the league. They've won 2 straight here over the Padres and 3 of 4 overall. Back-to-back wins here, 3-0 and 4-2. Talk about nice, controlled, smooth under games here. Cardinals have gotten 16 innings from the starters over the last 2 games, 7 innings and 9 innings. So the bullpen's totally fresh here. Canning's got these massive numbers. The unders cashed in 6 straight meetings between these 2 teams and 4 of the last 5 here in St. Louis. The Cardinals bullpen is exceptionally rested here right now because of those stats. So for Leahy, you only need him to get through a few innings here with a quality outing. And going against Canning, I think the Cardinals can get off to a pretty good start. I'm going to have to take another first 5 here, I think, with the Cardinals today. Give me the Cards in the first 5 in this one. And I'll leave the bullpens out of it again. I'm going to take the Cardinals here at minus a half a run at even money right now in the first 5 in this one over the Padres. Padres frustrating me. I think I'm the Padres whisperer here, and I'm going to go against them. Cardinals money line for Cash Cane Robert, though, says Padres first 5 in this one. And Dead Internet Theory says you've got big-time wins here today, and that's why the total's at 10.5 between these 2. It's not just because Canning is bad, but you've got some dicey weather conditions here in St. Louis today with the wind blowing out here in this one. Can the Padres will Canning give it up? Will the Padres give it up here a little bit? Uh, Given the conditions here today, wind blowing out 25 miles an hour to left field right now. Temperatures in the mid to high 80s here in this one. Next up, the Reds are taking on the Dodgers here, and you've got McClanahan going for the Rays. 3.23 ERA, 6-4 record for McClanahan, 1.17 whip. For Shohei Ohtani, they say he is not going to hit today. Now, they've pulled a fast one on us before and told us he wasn't going to hit, and he still hit. He's $1.85 here, big time favorite, of course, in this one. But well, I don't know. I could be talked into taking the Rays here. As good as Ohtani, I mean, McClanahan would have to. McClanahan would have to match him pitch for pitch here. It does seem like in this one, right? If you're going to try him, but price isn't bad anyway. Maybe the run line can get you home. The Rays have been staying within the first two games here, 4-3 and 1-0. That's Tampa Bay for you. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Tampa Bay here on the run line. Don't want to go against Ohtani here, but the Rays have stayed within a run in both games here so far. It is minus $1.50, I know, but I'm taking Tampa Bay here at minus $1.50. It's probably as wide as I'll get today here with the numbers right now, but I'll take McClanahan here. Hopefully they stay within the number and it gets into the bullpen a little bit here. We know that Ohtani sometimes has come out when the Dodgers lead, but will they have to run him out there longer? Tampa Bay as a run line underdog is 17-10 this season. So I'll go ahead and try here. Ohtani has a 1.06 ERA and a microscopic whip. Tampa Bay's lineup has struggled a little bit. Dodgers are 11-2 in their last 13 at home. The Rays have lost 4 of 5. But Tampa's gone under in 9 of their last 11 and 7 of 8 on the road. McClanahan threw only 74 pitches in the last outing, and we know that he can be extremely effective. And we'll see. The Dodgers and the Rays have gone under in 6 straight games here. You got to think there's a strong chance of that happening again here today. Here's under in the first 5 for Robert. And Dead Internet Series says, this is tougher than it looks. All right, next up, the Angels are taking on the Diamondbacks. Man, the Angels blanked the Diamondbacks yesterday, 7-0. Good job there. And now you got a good pitching matchup here with Aldeguerri. We'll see. I mean, for Sam, look, this is really what we're expecting from Sam Aldeguerri as a prospect. He's been up in the major sport, didn't have totally the success. We saw moments of brilliance, and now I think with this ERA, we are seeing some brilliance. 2.12 ERA, 1.29 whip, just a few outings here so far for Sam, but this is kind of what, we're expecting here. And I mean, I don't know about these total numbers, but I mean, we were expecting that this guy would be eventually a pretty good pitcher. Eduardo Rodriguez here for the Arizona Diamondbacks, 2.54 ERA, 5-2 record. He's always pretty effective, 1.23. The whip here in this one, you got to figure this is a pretty decent pitching matchup for a game that's really 9.5 under right now and not just 9. No, I think, oh yeah, there's some 9.5s out there for sure, juiced there. And I don't know, really, are we really going to get that type of number here with these two pretty effective pitchers at this point? I would think if you look at the numbers overall, I mean, Arizona's 11-21 to the under as a favorite and 14-22 to the under at home, and they've gone under here now in a massive, 9 of their last 10 games coming into this one. They've gone under right now, and 6 of their last 7 games at home as well. The Angels have gone under in 5 of their last 6. So this feels like a game that could see an under here. Now, the Angels looked pretty good yesterday, obviously, in a shutout, but they're a pretty big underdog today. But Arizona 16-17 is a run line favorite. Angels 31-27 is a run line dog. Angels, however, they've won 5 of their last 7, but lost 14 of their last 20 on the road. But Arizona's lost 12 of their last 18 coming in. Here we go. Johnny Walker's got a Nerfy in the Dodger game. Canes going under, and Dead Internet says first 5 under 4.5 in that one with these two pitchers. Oh man, that looks very solid. I gotta agree with Dead Internet. Look at we got Kane on the under. We got Dead Internet on kind of an under there. So does feel like some under pressure here in these two pitchers, right? High number, yes. Maybe the a little bit of inexperience there, if you will, with Aldeguerri, but expect him to be pretty good eventually here. So I kind of want to take the Angels again in this one, and I'll take him on the run line. Give me the Angels here at plus 1.5 at minus 140. All right, and let's keep it moving here on the morning steam show with Toronto taking on the Red Sox. Now, look, for Max Scherzer here, he's got the 10.2 ERA, 1-4 record. For Bennett here of the Red Sox, Jake Bennett, 5.28 ERA and a 1-2 record. Now, look, Max here, Max calls the shots, right? Max is going to pitch until Max can't pitch anymore. Now, if he can't get up for the Red Sox, when is he going to get up for a game, right? This has got to be the one for Max. Come on. You're playing the Red Sox. You're on the road. You've been struggling here so far, just trying to get your season on track, trying to show everybody that you're not over the hill, that you're not just going out there, giving up a bunch of runs, getting taken out of the game, and you're on your swan song. And look, if you're the Toronto Blue Jays, you're not going to tell Max, hey, sit down. Max is going to tell you when it's time for Max to be over with, and Max is going to get run out of there, unless there's an injury or something that could sideline him. But this has got to be the one for Max. I mean, come on. Anyways, these guys do have pretty bad numbers. I would imagine we'll probably still see some runs here, even though, games in Boston here running under 13-20 to the under, but I'll probably let me go over in the first 5. Trying to talk up Max. Look, this actually should be the game where Max, going to keep running him out there. When is he going to show up and at least have a strong start here? Especially a team against like Boston where you should be, motivated, right? Toronto's completely owned the series. They've won 4 out of the last 5 meetings, and they've actually won 7 of the last 9 games in Boston. Scherzer threw 82 pitches in his last outing. Toronto's got a fully rested bullpen here behind him. Boston's just 4-10 in their last 14 at home right now. So Toronto's gone over in 11 of their last 16. Boston's gone over in 4 of 5. So with both lineups, probably going to be able to get some runs here. I don't think these guys are going to clean it up. These two pitchers. For Max, how can you not have a better outing than what your numbers say right now? But how about, Toronto 11-21 as an underdog. Boston 12-23 at home. Somebody's got to win here. Maybe it will be Max for once. Maybe Max will get it. Let's see if the chat's doing anything with this one. And Johnny says I get 5.5 under first 5 here at Bovada. Good morning to Gerardo. He's got Portugal and Colombia for his 2-teamer today. Thank you to Gerardo. It's the World Cup, and we've got Gerardo here. The world is all good. And Cash Kane says Red Sox money line. Gerardo's got more of his plays in the Sports Money Discord, so check it out over there. And maybe if I ever figure out how to operate the Discord, I'll go in there and get them as well. Nine Legacy says Mets money line, Marlins money line, Nationals money line, Padres money line, Astros, Tampa Bay Rays money line, and Angels money line. Thank you to Nine Legacy, who's been hot in the chat. Also, Blue Jays money line. Johnny Walker's got a Yerfie here in this one, and Cash Kane's going over. Next up, the White Sox are on the road taking on the Yankees here. You've got Anthony Kay going, 4.3 ERA, 6-1 record. Carlos Rodon, 3.2 ERA, 2-2 record. Yankees blew them out yesterday. Boy, did they ever. K 6-1 coming in, gets plenty of run support, but the Yankees, man, they just showed them. They showed them how to do it, and got to Davis Martin there. There's really no contest. The Yankees blasted them. The Yankees with the injuries here, but once they got settled into this new lineup, everything's just fine again. They've won 8 of their last 10. They're really kind of in a grove now, so to speak, with this hot streak here currently for the Yankees right now. Not only that, the Yankees have won 9 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams. Yankees have won 7 of their last 8, 13 of their last 20 at home. White Sox have gone over in 9 of their last 11 on the road. Yankees have gone over in 4 of their last 5. But still, Rodon. Now, the White Sox are 22-13 to the over on the road. They have a good offense here, but, you do have a Yankees here facing a left-hander. They're pretty good against left-handers, even if, Kay is a little bit inexperienced. Still, I'd say his numbers are pretty okay for a young pitcher, especially he's getting run support, and they are winning games. But I kind of think the Yankees might be able to handle it here in this one, and I'm going to take them once again. I'll take the Yankees here. Let me grab the Yankees here in the first 5. That's what I'll do. They probably can go on for a run line victory in this one. The run line price here is probably pretty acceptable. It's just that White Sox are still 34-25 on the run line, and the Yankees are 500 on the run line. So I'll just take the Yankees here minus a half a run in the first 5 at minus $1.25, and I'll take a first 5 play here with the Yanks today. And here we go with some of those right now, and it's going to be Robert going with the under, Jazz for a home run for Kane. Yankees first 5 run line for Kane. Ride with me there, vice versa. Yankees to roll again here, says Nine Legacy. Look, we still love the White Sox. Just for some reason, the Yankees, when they kind of hit their stride a little bit, it is kind of tough to stop. You know what I mean? These Yankees, man, 44-27 right now. White Sox are 5 games over 500. This has been a great story still, but a little bit tougher tonight. Okay, now, got to discuss this situation here. Now, what's going to happen here, I believe, still kind of trying to piece it together. I don't know if we've seen, I don't want to say seen the official word here in this game anyway, but what it looks like has happened here is that Robbie Ray gets scratched from the regular start, and he is going to go in immediately and pitch the suspended game. It is 3-2 right now in the second inning when they will resume play today, and then afterwards this game will be conducted. So you may already have bets riding in a suspended game. Your bets, most books will continue to honor this one on a second day. Sometimes they'll cancel it, but shouldn't be, I don't believe, a canceled bet. Still here, check your book's rules on this one. So what I believe is happening here is Robbie Ray goes in. He was the scheduled starter for the second game, but inclement weather hit yesterday. Prior to that, Drake Baldwin returned from injury, and his first at-bat back with the Braves hit a 473-foot home run, the longest home run by any player this season in your first at-bat back from the list. So Drake Baldwin, he's ready to go. And we'll see here, I believe, Richie for the Braves. Look, he was called up and looked great in relief of Strider last start. The last Strider start. Richie came in, went 5 innings, 5 Ks. no earned runs on 2 hits. Now he'll make a full start against the Giants lineup that is pretty good, man. They're ranked in the top 10 offensively here in the last 7 games. The splits aren't great for Richie here in this matchup because the Giants have some pretty good bats, man. Their offense continues to perform well, but they just can't seem to put it all together in the same game, the pitching and the hitting. Braves are still 22-11 at home this season, 37-16 is a favorite. Giants on the road, not too great here. This number, though, still a little bit high. I mean, no matter how you look at it, but we just don't know. And so what it will be here anyways will be a bullpen game. We just don't know who it is. But I would imagine here, if this is going to be a bullpen game for the Giants, now, no problem. I don't think it's anything where you'd say, hey, the Giants are going to be hard-pressed to find pitchers. Remember, I think they were off on Monday, and they only played an inning or two. They played 2 innings yesterday. So I think they're just fine. Who will pitch after that is kind of the question. I would imagine here, if everybody's healthy, Tristan Beck just came up from AAA this past weekend. He sounds like the candidate here to start. Actually, I would think if Tristan Beck could be the guy that starts the game, and then you've got River San Martin in there. You got JT Brubaker. These guys can definitely get in there. Here, I think everybody's available. It just depends on what happens in the first game. Henches, Dylan Smith, guys like that before you get into the specialists. So I don't even know if you get the extra pitcher here because I don't know if it's a traditional doubleheader. So, okay, let's see what you guys think. I don't mean to put you in a bind here. This is a little bit tougher because we don't really have the total pitching plans, but I think I've explained it as best I can that I believe it will. I think Robbie Ray is going, and then after that you're getting the bullpen game that we were expecting here in this one. So the Giants go to Robbie Ray in game 1. The Giants currently lead, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it. It's 3-2 Giants in the bottom of the second inning. So Richie will start as scheduled the late game tonight, and the Braves will use the bullpen game to finish in game 1. Wow, that's a lot going on in this game here, but that's just the way it's going to be in this game. So, okay, let's see if anybody's – I don't think – Robert will go over, but we're not going to see much here from anyone in this one. So, Giants actually performed pretty well, and I don't know what's going to happen here necessarily in game 1, so it does make it a little bit tough. But, hey, it can't be too tough. The books are still offering, I believe, at least a money line on this game. So, let's see what the line is actually here. Minus $1.50 or so. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Braves in this one on the money line at minus $1.50. I'm just going to do that. A little bit tough. Let me just get the much stronger team and the favorite in a doubleheader game. But all right. By the way, there is some books will offer the line right now with the Braves that had 3-2. They're minus $1.25. And the total's 12.5 in that suspended game. Okay, here we go. Keep it moving here right now with the Guardians on the road, taking on the Brewers. You've got Gavin Williams here going for the Guardians, and Williams continues to have a pretty strong season, 3.32 ERA and a 9-3 record. Could become the first 10-game winner, I think, here, right? If he wins this one, 1.1 WHIP coming in for Brandon Sproat. 5.7 ERA, 1-4 record, a 1.48 WHIP here. So a little bit rough around the edges here for Sproat for sure. Can the Guardians get off to a pretty good start in this one? I would think they do have the advantage. I can't believe that the Brewers are actually favored in this game against Gavin Williams. Now, the Brewers do have kind of own the series matchup, so that's probably some of it here. Milwaukee's been one of the most reliable teams all season long right now. They've won 14 of their last 20, 8 of their last 11 at home, and they've dominated Cleveland historically, winning 10 of the last 13 meetings right now. So I get it. but I think Gavin Williams is twice the pitcher of Brandon Sproat right now. So I don't agree, and I'm going to take the first 5 here. I think with Cleveland, I think they can take the advantage here of this pitching situation. I think they have the advantage here with Gavin Williams, and I'm going to take him here in the first 5 at a pickup. Give me the Guardians here, first 5 against the Brewers with Williams. Cleveland's gone under in 4 of their last 5. Milwaukee's gone under in 5 of 6, and I think the bullpens are in pretty good form right now. So I think you're going to see some pretty. I think Sproat will probably come up with a little better effort, but I'm still going to try Guardians here. Robert's going under. Thank you, Robert, and thank you, Nine Legacy. He likes the Guardians on the run line in this one. On the run line, plus 1.5 there at. Minus 200. I got it. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to run them. It's just easier. It's cleaner horizontal, but I like when the team name is next to the odds and more readable. So still working on my graphics here with this. All right. Rockies taking on the Cubs here. Sean Sullivan goes for the Rocks here. So for Sullivan, we're going to get a look here at him, but Javier Assad has been on fire right now since coming back. The numbers would say for ERA of 4 and a 4-1 record, but he really has looked exceptional here so far in this one. I think yes, the Rockies got that run line there last night, or got the win there last night, 5-2. Mostly because the Cubs can't drive anybody in, and they are really struggling here. But still, man, Colorado 14-26 on the road straight up. Cubs 21-16 at home. Now, look, don't look at the Cubs run line. I already lost with them last night. They're 17-33 on the run line. But man, this seems like Assad is dominating. Sullivan extremely, green here coming into this matchup, and. Chicago's dreadful on the run line, man. Nearly just 35% on the run line. But gosh, I might just do it anyways because I don't know any better, and I'm just a square that lays run lines with mediocre teams against bad teams that always seem to cover against them. Chicago could break it open late. That's what I'm going to need. But Assad is dominating. Assad has been really, really sharp right now. Cubs have gone under in 5 straight. Colorado's gone under in 4 or 5. Assad's just really getting back to form here from injury. So he doesn't have a lot of starts since coming back too, I think, right? So I'm going to take the Cubs here, though. I'm going to do it on the run line, and I'm just going to close my eyes and hope it happens. And then I'll just scold myself if I lose again, and I'll say that's what you get for taking a team that's winning 33% on the run line. Nine Legacy's got the Guardians on the money line there, and Johnny Walker says Cubs first half run line here, and Nine Legacy's on the Rockies on the money line. So, all right, definitely worth a look there with the Rocks. Nine Legacy. A lot of dogs here for Nine Legacy, and Nine Legacy was on fire. Okay, do have a little bit of, let's see here. A little bit of breaking news here. The Padres today, we mentioned Griffin Canning. He will be the bulk reliever, but the Padres have started the move to everyone's favorite, Bradley Rodriguez. So Rodriguez is going to be the opener for the Padres. It's just into us here at the morning steam. Bradley Rodriguez. Bradley, it's a mix between Brad and Julie. There, it just came across on the. I don't know why I paid for this service when I beat it with the news watching the tweet deck over here, but we do have Rodriguez here. In this one. Okay, let me get the comments from chat here right now. Hey, good morning to Chicago, Joe. And it's supposed to rain in Chicago, says Dead Internet Theory. All right, we're getting through the games here. We're almost done with the baseball. Then we'll look at the 6-game card. Then we'll get you out of here. We got 1 hour to go before Mikey Money and Sharky Waters bring you bases loaded here today. Orioles and Mariners. Mariners pulled away for the 3-1 victory yesterday. You have Kyle Bradish here, 4.3 ERA, 3-7 record. Bradish has a 1.57 whip. It's actually just looked a little bit better here of late, but Kirby, 4.07 ERA, 5-6 record, and a 1.31 whip. I don't know if that's the Kirby. To me, that's kind of, what we've been getting with Kirby. And, I think we're expecting more, but we never get it. We never get more from Kirby, it seems like right now. Now they should handle the Orioles here, I would think, in this one, shouldn't they? It almost looks, $1.40 almost looks a little bit cheap. It was higher earlier, right? Oh my goodness, this thing's down to $1.35 right now. I mean, this is almost territory where you almost kind of go with the run line for like a nice big return. I'm going to do that, actually. I'm going to take the Mariners on the run line here over the Orioles in this one. It's down to $1. You could play the money line, but I think right now that they just won 3-1. Baltimore's had their moments, but all of a sudden they've lost 3 in a row, including 2 straight here, or lost the last game here to the O's last night, 3-1. So there's no doubt Seattle does not have a great, another one of those teams, 26-42 on the run line, but I don't think I could pass this price up right here. And is Kirby ever going to show up? These are the ones where you wonder why you can't. Hey, that sounds good, Moppy. You got it. Hey, I'm ready for you here. All right. So I'll take the Mariners here on the run line. This might be a little bit, I might be reaching a little bit. This probably should be a money line play on the show, but I'm going to go for a big return here just because that move is so strong. The Orioles did take the steam just a short time ago here on the old line service, by the way. They took some steam here big time, and I'm not sure I'm buying it. It probably has to do, I believe, with the Seattle injury report possibly today. You do have a Naylor and Rayleigh both questionable, and it is a day game, so we'll see. They could be missing a couple of key bats in there. That probably is the case, but I'm going to go ahead and try the Mariners here. Orioles had been dominating this series for the most part. Kirby did throw 104 pitches in his last start, but all that is stretching him out, I think. I think that's fine. Seattle has a full bullpen ready to go here. They're 7-1 at home in their last 8 games. And Baltimore has struggled on the road, 12-21 here overall on the road right now. So Baltimore and Seattle's been a series of unders here of late. 8 of the last 11 have gone under between these two. And, maybe we get that today as well here. We'll see. Maybe Bradish will pitch a little bit better, but I'll take the Orioles on the run line with a little bit of plus money. A lot of plus money here, actually, at in this one. The Orioles on the Mariners on the run line here are plus $1.60 on the run line. So I'm going to take that to make up for a couple of those $1.40 and $1.50 favorites I took today. Orioles on the money line for 9. Legacy Robert went under. Good morning to Steve Electarian in the chat. Final game of the baseball card features the Pirates taking on the Athletics. Aaron Savali comes off the injured list here. He's got that 4.20 ERA. He's 5-2 overall. Braxton Ashcraft, 5-3 record, 3.95 ERA, 3.29 ERA, and a 1.1 whip. Good pitching matchup, but man, the weather here in Sacramento, I think it points to, I'm sorry, but I think we're going to get more Sacramento run scoring action, if you know what I mean. The A's are 21-13 to the over at home. The Pirates here are a favorite, and they're 26-14 to the over as a favorite here. Let's see how Savali looks on his return here. I think a look, this could be a pretty decent matchup for him. Ashcraft comes in here, good numbers as well. But again, I think this is going to be, I think the conditions here are kind of pointing to one of those wild games here, possibly in Oakland tonight. We saw it 6-5 last night. Winds are blowing 10 to 12 miles an hour out to left field out here. Temperatures in the low 80s, and then it gets cooler quickly tonight here in West Sacramento. So let's see what the chat says here on our final game, and then we'll go quickly to the WNBA. For this one, Pittsburgh's gone over in 15 of their last 20 overall. This looks more like a high-scoring game, even with Ashcraft and Sabali, I think. A's have won 5 of their last 7. They continue to look pretty good here. Pittsburgh's lost 8 of 11 and just 1-4 in their last 5 on the road here. So I'm going to go with the Athletics here in the first 5. That's going to be my play. Give me the A's first 5 in this one at plus a half at minus $1.25. I think I really like that, actually. Give me the A's first 5 here with Savali. All right, for the chat here, Steve says, yeah, the Fever made it look easy there in the second half last night. Robert's on the Pirates here in this one. Steve's on the over. And 9 Legacy likes the Pirates on the run line here. Lay it and take a good price with Ashcraft. Okay, couldn't get much support there. All right, that's it for baseball. Enjoy the games today. 7 games in the daytime slate, and in the nighttime slate, 7 games. Perfect. Let's go to the W for the games tonight. 6 games here. Whoops. There we go. There's the WNBA. Okay, 6 games, WNBA tonight. Only 2 of them really have bearing on the Commissioner's Cup, and 3 of them actually, but the Wings would need a miracle. I think they got to win by 25 or more points, and the Aces and the Lynx both have to lose by 25 or more for the Wings to get in. I don't even know. I didn't even check it really, but that was something like that. And so let's take a look at these games here today. 4 of them go off at 7 p.m. in that Western Conference situation here. And it's really just the Aces and the Lynx are playing for that last spot to take on the Liberty on June. It's in 2 weeks. It's June 29th or 30th. Anyway, they will play some more games in there. So it's not like the Liberty and they're like, hey, let's rest our players today in this Commissioner's Cup game because we got to play the championship. We're still 2 weeks away from that game. There will be other games played in between there. So you might as well just go business as usual, like these teams might. Washington and Connecticut. I don't know what kind of business these guys are in, the gals are in, but it's not in the business of winning basketball games. Washington comes in 5-7. Connecticut is 2-13, but still this spread is, I don't know, it's kind of low, but Washington hasn't looked that great. Connecticut is the worst team in the league. They're on a long losing streak here right now. I keep saying Washington, I like them. They're going to get better, but when? And, games like this is the one technically that they should win, but got to give the Sun a chance somewhere to get a win. And could it be in this game, especially you have Washington here? I do believe they have still on the injury report here, Iria Fenn is questionable, and Shakira Austin's questionable as well. Haley Van Lith is out for Connecticut, but that could be 2 key players missing actually for Washington here. Washington's 1-3. ATS is a favorite, nothing special. They're 3-6 ATS in the last 9 games. Talking about the Washington Mystics, just that Connecticut's 2-13 overall, riding a 5-game losing streak and allow 90 points a game. But if they're ever going to win one, you'd think this could be it. Connecticut's covered 4 of their last 6. Usually, maybe it's been because of the numbers have been kind of inflated here a little bit. But again, you got, Austin here. questionable. Rhea Fenn is out. I think that does throw a little bit of a curve in there. Brittany Griner, she is back, so that's decent news here. All right, let's see if you guys have anything here with this one. Both teams have been trending kind of higher scoring games up late. This one's kind of gone up overnight, a couple of points for sure. Washington's gone over in 4 of 6. Connecticut's gone over in 4 of 5, and 4 of the last 6 meetings have gone over. Connecticut's defense is one of the weakest in the league, no doubt about it. And they usually have to just try to run faster up the floor because they're trying to make up transition with transition because they just gave up a basket on their end. So that's just kind of the way it's been. But I don't know. I kind of want to take Connecticut here a little bit. These teams aren't going to go winless. This is the WNBA after all. Mystics minus the points for woke is joke. Robert's on the Sun. So is Steve. How about that? A couple guys on the Sun here. And if anything, right, why aren't the Mystics favored by more? I'm on the Sun with my guys here. Give me the Sun tonight +2 in this one. You might as well take them on the money line. But you know what? The other day it came down to a money line bet. What game was that? I'll take Connecticut in this one to get their 3rd win of the season. Okay, next up, the Liberty is at the Sky here right now. Now, the Liberty, like I said, they're in the championship. They're on a massive winning streak. Chicago's lost 3 in a row, and they're looking worse by the day here right now. Chicago, 3 straight losses. Actually, they did cover the last 2 games, give them credit. But the Liberty keep winning and covering everything right now. Chicago's 1-5 against the spread at home. Even though New York is successful here, 4-1 straight up on the road. They're 2-3 against the spread, but still, this does feel like maybe a Liberty. They're smashing right now. It's hard to think they could lose to anybody at this point. They're really on fire, and they're healthier too. Chicago here, Vandersloot is out of this game for the Sky. So that's big too. So see what you have here in this one. Liberty 5-0 to the over on the road this season, although Chicago 3-6 to the under as a dog. New York's gone under in 7 of their last 10. They do have one of the league's best defenses for sure. They may be able to even snuff this team, but you got to wonder. Liberty knows they're in that championship game. They're cruising here right now. They're favored by 10. They probably know they can win this game. Chicago could unexpectedly push the pace here. It does feel kind of high at 170 here. So let's see if the chat's playing this one in the W tonight. New York on the road here, 10.5. Total about 170.5. Let's go to the chat here. And Woka's Jokes says he likes Griner still trading with the arms dealer. Okay, Connecticut here, Sun good on the spread. Right, for a team with 2 wins, I think they're decent on the spread anyway. Robert likes the over, though, here in this one. Steve is liking New York. I got to take New York in the first half here. Take New York here minus, what is it? I think I got to check. It might be 6.5 here right now. And that itself feels a little bit dangerous, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take New York here. First half in this one. Give me the Liberty here at -6.
Final.
Okay. Liberty spread for 9 Legacy. We got 6 games to go. Now all the 10 o'clock Eastern games are here. Storm at Fire. And you got the Fire here favored by 3.5 in this one over Seattle at home. The Storm in a big long losing streak here right now. They're just 3-12. They're the Connecticut of the East, I guess, but at least they have a future. Connecticut, of course, is moving to Houston after this season. Seattle's lost 5 straight. They've covered 4 of those games. Usually they're getting enough points, but usually they've been getting 9.5, 7.5, 15.5 points, spreads like that. Here it's only 3.5. Now Portland is not great against the spread, but they're 7-9 as an expansion team, and they're looking pretty good. They're 2-1 straight up as a favorite, but just 1-2 in those games. It could be a very close game here, but still the Fire, favored here, up to 3.5 right now. Seattle's 5-10 to the under this season. Portland is 0-3 to the under as a favorite. Give me the under in the first half in this one with Seattle and Portland for sure. I think this one's going to start pretty slow and ugly. You're going to get one of those 36-25 half times where you got no chance of going over in the second half. I'm going to take the under here in this one between Seattle and Portland tonight. Seattle's gone under in 10 of their last 13. Portland's gone under in 5 of their last 7 at home, and these are very inconsistent offenses. That's for sure. You got to think here, Seattle, they're almost near the bottom here a little bit, in Portland, not much better. So I think this would probably be ending in the 150s anyways, full game. So Fire are just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6, but Seattle just 3-12 overall. But like I said, they've covered 4 of 5, but they were getting more points. So they'd have to hang in there. 3.5, it's not a lot. It's a 1-bucket game. Could it be a close game tonight? Robert likes Portland here, minus 3.5. Okay, now next up, we've got the first of all, this one where now the Lynx, they can't control their own destiny. All they can do is win. They have to win here. Coco Gauff has just lost here. Gauff is defeated here just moments ago. Badosa wins it here. That was on our Win Club as Badosa gets it done there in the Win Club for us against Gauff. All right. So anyway, the Lynx here, big number here against the Sparks. Now the Spark, it's up to 9. Kelsey Plum is out of this game, and that's why we had such a big move here in this one. And really, LA it seems like they're in trouble without her quite often. For the Sparks here, yes, they are 7-7 right now, but Minnesota, the best spread team in the league, the best team overall, 11-3 ATS here, along with kind of New York also, but 12-2 or 11-3 straight up, 12-2 ATS. LA, meanwhile, is 1-6 against the spread at home. I mean, makes it, I don't know, I'm not saying it makes it easy, makes it tough or whatever. Minnesota is on fire. They know they need to win this game. They need the Aces to lose, then no doubt. If the Lynx win this game and the Aces lose, the Lynx are in to the Commissioner's Cup. The Aces, all they have to do is win their game. They own the heads up over the Lynx. The Aces only have to win. We'll preview the game here in just a moment, but the Aces are, you see there, about a 7.5-point favorite. So Minnesota, all they can do is go out and win. I don't think there's going to be any doubt they are going to try to go out there. I think they will get out to a big lead. I think this injury is a big, big factor for LA, and I'm going to take the Lynx here in the first half to go out and smoke them early. And we'll see if they hang on. They may get caught scoreboard watching here a little bit. Look, it's still a regular season game, but they'll have a letdown if they see the Aces are winning. The game will be played at the same time. So I'll take the Lynx here, though, in the first spot, in the first half here. In this one, I think they'll come out to a big lead early. They might end up, slowing down a little bit. They might have enough to still carry it because of Plum being out. But I just think here it's a situation where the Lynx know, hey, just go out and take care of business. And who knows? We'll talk about it. Phoenix could be Las Vegas, even though Phoenix has struggled here. Minnesota, it got a lot easier without Plum in there, right? Because the line when Plum was in there was like 3.5. Now it's all the way up to 9. Over here for Steve. Robert will lay it too. You wonder if would you take out would you still lay it if Plum was in or
Final.
all right? There's that Badosa. Let me mark my winner here. I'd run a video if we did that on this show. Okay, now we're going to go to this one next. The Wings are still technically alive here, but I think anyone with they're not going to sit here and say, "Hey, maybe we could do it." But they're taking on the Valkyries here. The Valkyries are on a 3-game winning streak here right now. Dallas has been terrific. They've actually lost 2 of their last 5, but still, Dallas is 9-5 against the spread here, and 9-5 straight up. Golden State's 9-5 straight up, but 7-7 against the spread. But Golden State 8-1 straight up as a favorite, 6-2 at home so far this season. Dallas has been pretty terrific, no doubt. I mean, that both teams 9-5. Both teams probably going to make the playoffs this season. Here, we're almost a third of the way in, and see what you got though here in this one. The Valkyries taking on Dallas here tonight. A little bit of a favorite here. Golden State is 6-2 to the over at home. Dallas, they're 5-9 to the under this season, but they're 4-3 to the over on the road. And I think that shows it right there, what you want to be doing, possibly, right? When you think of that type of, Golden State, I don't say originally known for their defense, but maybe it's their offense has been coming around more, I think, is what it is. And they're more of an over team now for sure here. Golden State has gone over in 5 of their last 6 at home. Dallas averages over 88 points a game. They could easily get this game into the 160s here and higher. It's a 165-ish or so here. Dallas has been good, but the Wings have covered 6 of their last 8 overall, but Golden State's been excellent here as well. In this one, I'm going to take over in the first half here with Dallas and Golden State. Give me over in the first half in this one with the Wings and the Valkyries. That'll be my play here on the show. The first half total, by the way, is 80 and a half. Okay. Robert's going over in the full game, and we're down to our final game here on the morning steam. And we'll go to the baseball too, the college baseball at the end. Aces here -7.5 against the Mercury. I think the scene is set, right? Aces only need to win this game. They don't necessarily need to cover, but they might. They know they can go to the championship game with a win. They're coming in off of a loss. Phoenix has lost 3 straight. Vegas lost to Dallas, by the way. That's kind of why they're in the situation that they're in. And that's why Dallas still has a chance to win, because they have that win over the Aces. But also, like I said, Dallas needs to win by, I believe, 25 or 26 or more, and then both the other teams have to lose by 25 or 26 or more. Basically a combination of, I believe, 51 points. I was trying to do it. I'm sure that there's someone somewhere that tells you exactly what needs to happen, but I just gave up because I was like, this ain't gonna happen. So Phoenix, so it's 5-10 against the spread this season. Vegas is 6-8 against the spread. Phoenix has been a disappointment. 4-11. I probably lost a few that I tried to go with them here a little bit. Phoenix is 6-0 to the over at home, and LA is definitely an over team here as well right now. 8-6 to the over. Overall, coming in, the Aces enter 5-1 in Cup play. That's what the Lynx record is as well. Phoenix has lost 9 of their last 11, 2-6 against the spread their last 8. Aces have covered 6 of the last 8 meetings between the 2 and 1, 7 of the last 8 games they've played overall. So Aces got to be focused here. Last year, remember, they were not as focused a lot of times in games like these. Vegas has gone over in 14 of their last 20. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over as well. Phoenix, if they even contribute modestly offensively, you'd have to think it's going to be an over here, and I'm going to take the over tonight. Give me the over here with Las Vegas and Phoenix. I will go over 1 72 in this one. Why didn't the money line come out in those bottom two games there? I don't know what's going on. Is that it for the Morning Steam WNBA games here? Steve is on Las Vegas. Nine Legacy says Storm on the spread, Sparks on the spread, Valkyries on the spread, Aces on the spread. Bobby Mack likes the Mercury here to get that cover. Is it going to be an upset, though? Will we see Minnesota make it to the game tonight? Will we be talking about some surprises here tonight? Okay, real quick, I'm going to go over the college baseball games today. Should be some good games. Now, here's the situation in the College World Series. North Carolina here taking on West Virginia. If North Carolina wins, they're in. If North Carolina wins, they are into the College World Series Championship Series. If West Virginia wins, they've got to come back and play again, where they could still gain. They'd have to. West Virginia needs to win twice. North Carolina needs to win once. That's basically the situation here with these two. Now, West Virginia here has been looking pretty great. I have a futures on North Carolina, but I think West Virginia, here's the thing. They played yesterday. North Carolina's a little bit rested, so it might be a little bit tough. It might be a little bit close here in this one, but West Virginia also could end up giving up some runs here to Carolina in this one. Now the total is 13.5 here, and I'm going to end up going over in this one as my play. Give me the over here on the Morning Steam with Carolina and West Virginia, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a game that is 8-7, something like that. 7-6 ain't going to get you there, but I think we'll see the runs here, particularly from Carolina, and then maybe West Virginia finds a way to get that maybe run line cover or something there. But Carolina, again, they win, they're into the championship series. West Virginia needs to win twice. Same here. Next one with Georgia and Oklahoma. It's Oklahoma that only needs to win once, and they're still a big underdog in this game. In fact, Georgia's $2 on the money line. So I don't know. I think it's a little bit too much. I think Georgia's the underrated team here. They've been the big surprise. They've already beat Georgia last game. Now, Georgia's still probably the best team in the country, but Oklahoma's been look, Troy's out, and Troy was never going to win. So, yeah, maybe they were Cinderella, but Oklahoma at least has the right shoe size, and they could be I don't know if the SEC team would be a Cinderella, but they were kind of I guess West Virginia is still the Cinderella, but Oklahoma has been very impressive to go 2-0 so far, and they are one win away from going to the championship series, and they could do that here today. And I think I got to take them here on the run line in this one at plus 1.5 at minus $1.40 or so. I'm going to take Oklahoma on the run line here in this one. I think they can win, but if not, they can come back and play the next one. Georgia needs to win twice just to go to the final series here, and I would like what I've seen from Oklahoma. Robert does like the under there. The SEC games have definitely gone under, right, at the College World Series. Maybe the pitching is a little bit better in the SEC, and that's why those games have been lower scoring. Woke's joke says North Carolina, West Virginia over under is up to 14.5. Wow. Oh my goodness. If it's up to 14.5 here, that just goes to show you there a little bit, right? So, yeah, you got to think that one's probably going over. So, okay, give me 14.5 there in that one with North Carolina and West Virginia. Thank you, Woke's joke. So now what do I need it? Oh, man, I need it to be 8-7 now for sure. All right, it's been a great near 2 hours with you guys. Really appreciate you joining me here on the Morning Steam. I didn't run the contest. Oh, yeah, I did. Let me run the contest here right now and do a drawing here for, let's see, give away a subscription here to my Winnable with the Win Club here. You get my plays over at winnable.com every day. Just 16 of you commented today, but let's run the drawing here right now and see who wins. And if you do win, go to winnable.com and use the promo code WINNER. You'll get 1 month of picks for free, and it is Terrell. Thank you, Terrell. Really appreciate it. and appreciate everyone here joining me on the show. Stay tuned here in just 30 minutes for Mikey Money and Sharky Waters. They'll be along here with Bases Loaded. They'll go over the entire card here for the day and get you more baseball winners here. And don't forget, Mikey's on long here at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific with pre-gaming. Catch me over on the Pick Dogs channel at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, more like 6:30 by the time I get on there. And I'll have some late plays for you right when the games are starting over on the Pick Dogs channel. I'm on the drive-through over there every day, Monday through Friday, giving out a few more picks for you. Get you ready for the late games there in sports. So please join me over there. And don't forget our racing coverage here as well on the new Sports Money Network. I want to thank everyone for joining me here, and that's going to do it. We'll catch you back here tomorrow with more. Make sure you go over to winnable.com/Ramon, sign up for free, get more picks from me, or subscribe. Use the promo code STEAM, and you'll get more plays here today. I'm going to have plays right now just coming out here in Major League Baseball for the afternoon action. We've already given you some tennis winners over there overnight, and we'll have more sports over there as well. So really appreciate all the support here on the new Sports Money Network. Let them know what you think here. Let them know. Let the guys know that you still like the morning steam here on the Sports Money Network. All right, for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine.